All right, we'd like to welcome you to another gameplay video that we've put together for Fire and Ice Miniatures Adventure Game. My name's Bob Freeman,
I'm Connor Freeman.
and we are Borderman Games. Tonight we're going to be playing the Lone Wolf game mode. We went ahead and did some preliminary setup. I will be playing Darkwolf, and go ahead and place my figure within 3 of the outside edge. Connor has already set up his Icepeak forces, and I have delivered Princess Teegra to him as a captive, who I will have to try and rescue.
Yes, as that is the core premise of the Lone Wolf mode. We have one hero attempting to rescue a captive from their team, from their side, uh, in an allotted amount of time. Typically, it's 2 advances.
The opponent gets 40 points to defend the captive, just so that we could use the priestess. Icepeak will be using 42 points instead, and
Yes.
that's something we've agreed to. And we're going to begin first advance, first turn, and the first thing we do is draw a event card to begin the advance.
Yes. Allow me to draw mine.
Okay, yeah, what did you get?
Okay. Well, I received fresh water, chosen character, and all allies within 6 range. Drinks fresh water and regains up to 1 health. Uh, this card can be played within the advance, so I might want to save that for should Darkwolf happen to inflict any harm.
I'm sorry if I'm seeming a little giddy. I have drawn the Death Dealer's Axe, and that gives me a +1 to hit. It does 3 damage. It has a 2 reach, and this item may be attached to any character for the duration of the game. Should I attach that to Monga? I'm afraid the Death Dealer Axe, and we'll just show that off there. The Death Dealer Axe will be going into Darkwolf's hands, and yeah, so that definitely sets things in motion for the Fire Keep
Yes.
side.
Yes, it does. Already a great advantage. But I suppose we should begin by rolling initiative.
Let's roll initiative. I'm feeling lucky. How about rolling a 2?
A 9.
So you have initiative, sir.
Yes. Now, as I understand it, Darkwolf is hidden at the start of each advance until he makes an attack. So,
or until he's discovered.
Yes, I could attempt to locate Darkwolf. Although the subhumans are in a fairly defensible position at the moment. So I think, seeing as I could only deploy my subhumans within 3 range of the Icepeak side of the board, I'm just going to shuffle their positioning around a hair, and I think I'm going to let Darkwolf come to me.
That will be your undoing.
Yes, I fear it might be.
I, since I have begun the game outside of Relial's hut, I am going to enter said hut with my movement, moving 1 space into the hut. and I am going to beg her and her son Atwa's aid. To do so, I must make a resolve. So I will roll a d10. If I am successful, then Relial agrees to enter into a contract with me. So I'll roll a natural 1.
That is...
Relial rebuffs my advances, probably because she read the comic, the Dynamite comic, and knows that spoiler alert,
Darkwolf and her do not get along.
Yeah, for various sundry Ottawa reasons. But that's neither here nor there. I did move one space in and try to gain Congress with her and failed.
I believe you can move.
I can move another 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And unfortunately, yeah, I should have double moved there, but I was really hoping to get her and Ottawa's help moving forward. So that is the end of our first turn.
Yes.
Very uneventful, other than my rebuff. So we'll move the token to its proper location, and we will roll initiative.
Yes.
A 2.
A 6.
Once again, you have initiative, sir.
Which is rather nerve-wracking for the Subhumans, as they can't do much while Darkwolf is hidden as he is.
Yes, and you would much rather react to what I'm doing as opposed to having to go first and me react to you.
Yes. Monga is, however, going to move out somewhat in a bid to provide himself a more reactive role in the fight to come. Moving 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces to here, that he could feasibly, with his higher than average movement, reach any point that might need defense.
That's good. Is anybody else doing anything this round?
Now, the priestess has some very interesting abilities. However, at this moment, I do not believe she is. She's inclined to use any.
You're inclined to hold your position.
Yes. For the time being, I hold something of an advantage, although that is apt to change once Darkwolf enters the fray.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and double move then. I'm going to rush, as we term it, and I'm going to move 1, 2 because I'm crossing water and the movement rules dictate that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to a breach in the wall. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm on the other side of the wall, knowing that Teegra is nearby. I am still hidden.
That is a nerve-wracking position, I must say. Quite dangerous for the Subhumans, as...
That's the end of the round.
Or yes, I believe it is.
So we'll move the token.
The final phase of the first advance, and blood has not yet been shed.
Okay. So it looks like we're going to be rolling initiative. And I am going to... Yep, okay. I'm going to do what I'm doing.
Very well.
Rolling initiative.
Roll initiative.
3.
7.
I have lost every one of these so far.
The Subhuman Priestess is going to forego an attack using her Strike Fear ability. Once per advance, she can forego an attack to cause misfortune in all opponents. At the start of each opponent's turn, they can resolve to nullify this effect. So, Darkwolf does have misfortune, although I'm not. He might very easily be able to resist that with his incredible resolve.
He does have a 5 resolve, so we'll see how that plays out once the rest of your characters move.
Monga is going to move out to here, and he is going to attempt to locate Darkwolf using his senses, his tracker's sense of smell and hearing and such.
So Monga has prey ability, correct? Where he has fortune on his rolls against
a chosen opponent.
Yeah, you've
and
declared.
I have declared that Darkwolf is that opponent.
Okay, so every time you roll a die against Darkwolf, you get fortune.
Yes. And so I roll. Now Monga's resolve is only an 8, so
you failed with
a 5 and a 6. Neither succeeds.
Okay. Any other actions from your forces?
I believe they are going to tremble as Darkwolf approaches, unsure from what direction or in what form the attack shall come.
So, Darkwolf is going to move 1, 2. There's a wall, so he's going to scale that wall. That requires 7 movement. That puts him at 9. Drops into the water. That's 10. 12 to the water's edge. And he comes up out of the water.
That
behind the forces
is a nerve-wracking position.
And that's where we end this round.
And that's where we end the advance, with Darkwolf surprisingly in an incredible position to rescue the princess.
So we now draw event cards at the beginning of the advance.
Yes, as I did not require fresh water, I will discard that card.
You wish to draw first, sir?
Oh my. Well, it so happens that I drew the Death Dealer's sword.
Oh
boy. Which deals 2 damage, grants a +1 to hit, and has only 1 reach. I'm going to attach that to Monga, as he is the better of my fighters, and hope that that is enough, although I fear it might not be.
Well, I gained fresh water. Chosen character and all allies within 6 reach drinks fresh water and regains up to 1 health. This card must be played within the current advance. So,
I believe we
roll initiative. Be a great time for me to get.
Oh, that's.
Oh, that's sad for me. But
1 and a 2.
So you have initiative, sir.
I am going to have the Subhuman Priestess attempt to locate Darkwolf by rolling Resolve. She
resolves on a 6.
On a 6, so she might. But a 3
and rolls a 3, so he remains hidden.
And
Any other actions by the Forces of Icepeak?
that is a tricky situation we find ourselves in. I suppose all we can do is close ranks somewhat and try to make it as hard as possible for Darkwolf to capture the princess.
Okay. So, as you see, he is hidden, but they still are able to sense his location, just not, they can't attack him because they can't see him.
Yes, as fits a character of somewhat mythical stature as Darkwolf.
So, you're done with your action, sir.
I believe I am.
All right, so that means Darkwolf is going to use Ferocious, allowing him to attack 4 times
Oh,
with the Death Dealer's Axe. Having 4 attacks, we're going to roll 2 die. 1 hit. Let's resolve that now. So 3 damage to.
I will have to roll defense.
Yes.
Although I see you are quite
confident. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
The die rolled off the table. I will attempt to.
Yeah. There
and
go.
6 fails.
So there you go, sir. That allows me to move forward. I have 2 more attacks. And those are both hits.
So I will attempt 2 separate defenses. They only defend on.
So you're going to defend with the priestess, and you're going to defend with a.
Oh yes, you were attacking the priestess.
Well, that's she's right there.
She defends on a 9, unfortunately.
So who are you rolling first?
I will roll her defense first. Rolling a 7.
So she fails, taking 3 points of damage.
Taking 3 points of damage, leaving her with but 1 point left. And I now roll for her fellow subhuman. Rolling a 7, which also fails, and removes him from play. Brutal.
And I also have taken possession.
Yes, you have freed the princess and can now move with her.
I moved 1 space, so that means I can move 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4. She moves with.
Moving past a much enraged Monga, I would assume.
And that puts me in a decent position as we come to the end of this turn.
Yes. I believe we roll initiative as we enter.
We'll move the tracker. We roll initiative. 6.
An 8.
Well,
Monga.
That's unfortunate for me.
Yes. Monga is going to attempt to move in and reclaim the captive Teegra by forcing.
Yeah, so you declare your intent, you forego an attack, you declare that you're going to try and recapture. Darkwolf has to roll a resolve to maintain control.
Yes.
Rolls an 8, he maintains control.
Ugh, painful. If I had just thought to use the priestess's ability to force Darkwolf to have misfortune, that might have saved the situation.
Well, you have that to try next turn.
I will move 3 subhumans in to attack Darkwolf. They will have fortune as they attack together, having fellow subhumans within 1 reach.
And bring the worst that you have, sir.
Yes.
That is a critical hit.
On 1, a 4, which misses. And 1 more blow. A 9, which also hits.
So I have to defend, rolling a 6 to defend. So we'll roll against the that one because I can't block your crit. So I fail. So I take
3 points.
3 points of damage. So I'll remove 3 chits from my health, and yeah, that was brutal.
It was brutal.
And any other actions from your side of the table, sir?
I do not believe the priestess is in a position to attack. And if I were to attempt to use her ability to return subhumans to play, that would sacrifice her, as she only has 1 health left.
Oh, so you're going to
bide my time. And I believe that moves us into the next.
Actually,
round.
no, it's my turn. You had initiative.
Oh yes.
So I am going to use Into the Fray. Once per advance, can perform a free move at the start of the turn.
Oh, incredible.
So, placing my token on my activity card, I now get to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5. And then
that is only at the start of your turn.
Now I get to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Brutal.
And that, sir, is now the end of the turn. And victory is within my grasp.
That.
So, let us move to the final round of the advance.
Incredible.
Yeah, so I am at a point where I need initiative here.
Yes.
So close. I've got to cross the river. I've got to get within 3, so I have to get at least to here.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I will just make it. Yep.
So we roll initiative.
I have a 5.
And I rolled a 4. Incredible. As the screaming horde of Nekron's dogs hounds Darkwolf and Teegra.
And Darkwolf safely returns Teegra to her father, King Jarl, at Firekeep.
An incredible performance. I think we really did something. This was very a cinematic battle we had here.
Yeah, Darkwolf got to strike some heavy damage. He took damage. Yeah, right. You were able to crit him. He was able to take that damage, thankfully. But yeah, so yeah, it was a very touch and go though. I was really, and luckily, since I was able to get to the priestess and wound her to the point where she couldn't really make that sacrifice to bring more subhumans in.
Yes, I was. And as soon as you used your Into the Fray ability, I knew I'd made the wrong choice. I should have accounted for Darkwolf's ability to slip through the crack in their defenses, and make such a mad escape.
Yeah, so obviously, anytime you have a game where you're using dice, luck is a factor. But I think you could see from this play that there are tactics that you can utilize as well that makes this a very enjoyable game mode. Um,
Yes, I was certainly having a tremendous time. This felt very dynamic. Felt like it could go either way.
well, you used the word cinematic earlier, and that captures it very much. So I thought, yeah, it was very picturesque. I, we come from a role playing background,
Yes.
and so the whole time that we were fighting, in my head, I was imagining
Yeah.
the each swing.
I love the image of Darkwolf rising up out of the water, unseen and unnoticed, and only as the subhumans start to drop do they realize what's fully happening.
Right. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, I was able to drop 2 subhumans easily, um, and put the priestess in a precarious position. So yeah, that really helped me out a lot. And his ability to remain hidden really is a tremendous advantage. Um, and there's no die roll that's really. I mean, obviously you're trying to search for him, but yeah, it was it turned out really well. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I hope you enjoyed the new game board. We're certainly thrilled to have it here in house.
Yes.
And we thank you for tuning in, and we want to thank each and every one of you that are backing this for your support. We think it's a great game. We think it has a lot of potential. Our plans are certainly to continue supporting this game beyond the Kickstarter. We'll be adding to the rule book. It's a living rule book as we add to the role playing features, to the tactics, uh, all the skirmish rules will all live and breathe as we explore the world of fire and ice.
Yes. So once more, thank you all. We've been Borderman Games.
Yeah, I'm Bob Freeman.
I'm Connor Freeman.
And thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk again real soon.